What is up, my fan bam? Ashley Elizabeth here with AEHM Artistry, and I am like so freaking excited right now. Like I can't even think straight. I'm just so amped. Today is a big day and it is a big step taken for the animals. Woo! Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're gonna do my little intro really quickly, and then we are gonna talk about Covergirl going cruelty free, what that means, what it's really about, what kind of change that can create, and then we're gonna play with some makeup. So let's go ahead and jump right into that video. So this morning I woke up to Instagram and some crazy stuff going on there. At least it's crazy in my world. And that is Covergirl going cruelty free, allegedly. So first of all, I saw like an ad, which I thought was really weird, and instantly I wanted to navigate and look at that. And I remember seeing a notification when I first looked at my phone of one of you guys in the fan bam reaching out to me in the comments and saying, hey girl, do you know that Covergirl is like cruelty free? So thank you, Sun, Moon, and Stars, for reaching out to me. I always appreciate when you guys do that. And I had to discover for myself what was going on. So I went through and I checked out Covergirl's account, checked out their claims, researched if they're sold in China. And I also checked out some of my girls that are like the go-tos for cruelty free status, vegan status, all of that. And that is Vegan Makeup Share. She is always on it. I go to Logical Harmony, both her website and her Instagram, and then also Ethical Bunny. All those girls are on it. They got the case handled. Upon researching and divulging and everything that I could, I am like stoked. It looks like it is legit. They are Leaping Bunny certified, which is one of the hardest certifications to get when it comes to cruelty-free status, and you cannot sell any of your products in mainland China or any other country where animal testing is required and done. And they don't sell in any of those places, so they are not getting animal testing done on any of their ingredients, any of their finished product, any of the before product, anything like that. And I'm sorry I'm freaking out, but like I'm freaking out. So I'm not that sorry, because this is a big deal, you guys. This means that what we're doing is making a difference. These companies are hearing it. Whether they're just doing it for the almighty dollar or not, I don't even care about that, as long as they're doing it, because let's face it, all of these brands, not all brands, but like especially these big umbrella corporations and stuff, they just do the dollars. They don't care. They'll go to China because they make more money. They don't care that they pull their products off the shelves and test them on animals. They don't care. So when a company does choose to go cruelty free and pull out of China, everything like that, it is a big deal. So I'm gonna make a lot of noise about it with both my words and my dollars. Woohoo, you guys, I'm freaking out. What this can mean, if this all goes well for Covergirl, the other brands might take notice and finally make a difference, because that is great. Covergirl is a huge company. You guys know, that's like one of the first brands that I ever used. It's everywhere. Covergirl's everywhere. It's in every drugstore. It's in Walmart. It's in Target. It's in Ulta. It's like every freaking where. You can't go down one of those aisles and not see like this huge, giant real estate space of Covergirl products. So hopefully everything's going good and Maybelline will follow suit. L'Oreal will follow suit. We can only hope and show this company with our dollars what counts. Now, I want to touch base on some of the things that I know I'm going to get questions about. Number one is, are their products vegan though? Are there animal products in it? So Covergirl has not come out with any statements about vegan lists or anything like that. I'm sure they will come through. I know those three girls, Vegan Makeup Share, Logical Harmony, and Ethical Bunny, all rally for vegan products as well. So I'm sure they will get a list out to you guys soon. So make sure you're following them on Instagram. Make sure you're on their websites and their blogs and everything like that. Now, I have a video on my YouTube channel going in depth a little bit more about this subject, about going cruelty free even though you're not vegan. So basically, I don't think it's a cut and dry thing, all or nothing dogmatic type of philosophy. I am a big advocate for making little differences where you can, and eventually it'll snowball into this big difference like Covergirl going cruelty free. That is like a whole different rabbit hole, and you can check out a little bit about that I touch base on there if you want to. So you have to make your own decision on that. I don't know about vegan statuses or anything, but they're not testing on animals anymore, and that's what I'm about right here. That is my main focus. And then also The other thing you need to decide for yourself too is CoverGirl is still owned by a parent company by the name of Coty. They're one of those umbrella companies that own like a lot of different stuff, just like L'Oreal and Estee Lauder and everything. So that Coty company does have some brands that still test on animals and sell in mainland China where it's required. So some people will not purchase products from companies if they're owned by another umbrella company that does, such as Urban Decay's cruelty-free, but their parent company has brands that test. Too Faced, there's so many. Bare Minerals, there's so many brands that are cruelty-free, but their parent companies are not. It gets a little bit confusing, it gets a lot. So for me, I choose to show those umbrella company brands, those big brands. So like Coty, hey, I'm purchasing CoverGirl now because it's cruelty free. I'm still not purchasing your other brands that aren't, so I'm not supporting that. I'm supporting these brands. I'm putting my money where I want them to see it, and that's what I did. I went and took a little stroll down the makeup aisles and picked up a full face of makeup for you guys to try. And that's what we're doing today. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started because like, I'm sure you're tired of just looking at my eyebrows being done, but I'm so freaking out. I just want to get my hands on this stuff. And you guys, I hope that this is a big step for change. I know there's still a lot of controversy going around about Dove claiming to be cruelty free. I haven't completely decided about that yet. It's all crazy. CoverGirl from the start today was answering everybody's questions, and they were good questions, like, and they were answering them with, they were on it, you know? When somebody like Dove claims to be cruelty free and they are kind of like skirting around people's answers and not giving a clear-cut, concise answer, it looks very weird, skeptical. So I have some more thinking to do when it comes to Dove in case you have any questions about that. I'm still on the fence. As far as cruelty free goes for CoverGirl, I'm pretty confident in this decision right now. I'm sorry, this is really intense and I'm being a little intense today, but I'm a little intense today. I'm just so shocked. That's the tea. This is actually water though. Without further ado, let's go ahead and put this makeup on my face. We will do a full face of first impressions. I have a full face here except my eyebrows. That's why they're already done, and I don't have like fake lashes, but I have mascara. So otherwise, I got a full face for you guys. I got this whole full face of makeup for around $65. Granted, Walgreens and Ulta were both doing a buy one, get one half off special. And that's another thing, is CoverGirl is always like on sale where some of the other brands aren't. So that's exciting. So to start off, I'm gonna be going in with the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir, which I got in the shade Buff Beige, which I think is number 725. Now, shade selection was not very good, so that is something they're going to be needing to work on. Also, my Walgreens seemed to be almost fully stocked in foundations, but Ulta wasn't. They mostly had like their fun products, eyes, lips. They're out of all my eyebrow stuff, so hence why I had to do the eyebrows, but the foundation selection wasn't like the hugest range, but that's kind of drugstores for you. There's only a couple brands that really pull out all this stuff, so that's something they need to work on as well. Oh, I did like that my Walgreens had a couple of the testers actually out so you can swatch. So the first one that I swatched was the shade that was a little bit lighter than this. I think it was 720. I don't remember what it was called, but that one was super dark compared to this one. So that was weird, but I didn't pick up any primers. I want to just see how this goes on without, and the shade looks about what I use. So I will do one side with a sponge and I will do one side with a brush, and we will see if there's any difference with that. Oh, this is blending really easily. Just a tad too light for me. But man, it's hard. I haven't bought any drugstore foundations since my last series in the spring where I did 7 days of drugstore foundations that are cruelty free, and I forgot almost how hard it was. Oh, the smell is not too bad either. It has a little floral undertone, but this one isn't too strong. I do smell it when I'm bouncing around the product, but hopefully it'll like dissipate so it's not too intense. Now, CoverGirl isn't claiming to be like more natural or anything like that, so don't get confused between all the different, you know, marketing things that people use. Okay, that's a nice medium coverage. Blended nice. Don't love how my pores look, but let's see what the other side does with a brush. Kind of almost like a thicker liquid, if you see that. It's not super runny, but it's not super thick either. Has a nice texture to it. Let's see if it oxidizes too. That was something that I was looking at before I went to the stores. A couple of the reviews on them said they oxidize a lot. Not on this one I didn't look at, but just in general, a lot of things were saying things oxidize. So that's why I was like, it's okay if I go a little bit lighter because I don't want it to get too much darker. And that's blending out really, really easy. All right, it looks like a nice medium finish. I'll show you guys what that looks like. All right, this is what everything looks like with my lights dimmed down a little bit. So it's a nice medium coverage. Let's see if it builds up a little bit more, just in case we want to take it to full. What does this claim, by the way? So this is supposed to have vitamins E, B3, and B5 in it, whatever that means. It does have SPF 20. It's supposed to be a lightweight, full coverage. Says this formula hydrates and includes a complex of SPF vitamins and antioxidants, and it is oil-free. I am dry skin, for those of you who are new to my channel, so I don't like mattifying products typically. I tend to stay away. Covergirl had a lot of mattifying products to choose from. Stayed away from those, but if you are an oily gal, then you can check out those because there was a lot to choose from. Now the price of this did have me a little bit shocked because back in my day, said the grandma, Covergirl was like, you know, a $5 foundation or something like that. This was $12.99. This is a $13 foundation. Granted, I was able to get something else for half off. I got the concealer for half off, but it's kind of crazy. I mean, I'm not that surprised because I found that out when I did my first round of cruelty-free drugstore foundations, but it's still crazy. It's crazy. Oh yeah, I can see that it does oxidize already. Seems to be building up nice though. It's not caking up on me. Right, here is with the second layer built up. Yeah, that's almost full coverage. I just see like a couple freckles, but a lot of my extra discoloration is gone. Not sure about the texture yet, so we will revisit that. Easy to blend, buildable, liking that so far. So far, so good. Let's move on to concealer. Now they also had a lot of concealer to choose from too. I ended up going with the Vitalist Healthy Concealer. Why did I do this one now? I don't remember. I think because it is part of the Vitalist series, so I wanted to stay in that theme, so I know the concealer should match. Along with it, I went and got Fair because the colors looked a little bit dark. Fair looked like it might be a good choice to pair with this foundation. They did make one that was buff beige, but it looked like it matched too much, and I like to use my concealer to highlight a little bit. Let's see how this goes. Any other claims? Is it supposed to be full coverage or what? Conceals imperfections and brightens your complexion, so I'm looking for that. It says improve skin texture for a fresh and healthy look. Formulated with vitamins again. Dermatologist tested all of that. To really click it up. So I'm gonna do it just how I would like normally do my Shape Tape, and we will see how the coverage goes. It feels like the same consistency as Shape Tape, but just with a different applicator. I don't particularly like these brush tips just because they're annoying, but that's just a personal preference. That's just nitpicking. So this one is very yellow base, which is fine for my skin tone because I am very yellow, but just keep that in mind. This is the Fair shade number 775. So yeah, very yellow undertone. Okay, I will blend out with the sponge on one side and a brush on the other, same way. Blending really nicely. I'm gonna take the whatever's left over and actually put it on my eyelids because I didn't buy an eye primer. I didn't see one. Both my stores were out of a couple things. I don't know if they make an eye primer and they just didn't have it in stock. Couldn't really tell. It was a little crazy because of the sales. Ooh, that was a very bright. Almost a little too light for me, but that's okay. Doesn't dry down when you're blending it, so that's nice. It's still easy to work with. Take my BH Cosmetics brush now. This is a flat top kabuki brush. This keeps a lot of the coverage as opposed to the Beauty Blender, which takes a little bit away. Woo! Yeah, that brush side has a lot more coverage, girl. A lot more. I'm gonna put a little bit down here to contour and on that little guy we got growing right there. No, it's almost healed. Okay, now here are the two sides. So this is with the sponge side, this is with the brush side, and I have a little more coverage on the brush side, so I'm liking that, but underneath my eyes I have a little more creasing on the brush side just because like excess product, so I'm gonna be tapping this out And that can happen with almost all concealers that I use if I put too much under the eye. I just have to be very careful, but the sponge side blended out nicely on this side. Looking good, but I like the coverage that I got on the rest of the face. So maybe just under the eyes you might want to do a sponge, but everywhere else you can use a brush. I'm definitely very sticky on both sides, so I will need to set this. Unfortunately, I set like all my foundations, but I am really dry, so sometimes it can change the look. But no, this is how it looks for now. Okay, now let's go in with setting powder. Again, they had a ton of powders to choose from. This one is the Clean Professional loose powder for normal skin. They had a lot of mattifying products. They had a Vitalist powder that went with this, but it looked more like a foundation powder, and I didn't know how full this coverage was going to be, and I didn't want to get cakey, so I didn't get that one. Also, the shades look really dark in those powders, so too dark for me. Even though it said fair, it looked darker than the foundation. So I wanted to go with this one. I actually got this in fair as well, translucent fair, number 105, because again, the light shade just looked too orange undertone. So this one looked like an actual translucent. Oh, it comes with a little powder puff. Look at that. This one was originally only $6.49, and I got it on the buy one get one half off deal. So this is a good price for setting powder if she works good. It's gonna be hard to tell like how these are in general off of first impressions, I know, but at least we can get a gist, right? So let's go ahead and tap some of this out. Oh, I don't like the smell of it, guys. It's very like grandma's perfumey, not like super intense, but it's there. She's walking by, that's for sure. You smell her. This very much looks like the Laura Mercier setting powder. And see that even though it's fair, it's not like it's white or anything. It does have a little bit of color to it. Oh, I don't like the smell. I do not like the smell, guys. Ugh, smells gross. Oh, it's a little dry under my eyes. Ooh, it's a little scary under there. All right, so hey, 2 out of 3 so far, not too bad, right? Let's see how it does on the rest of the face though, because sometimes I just need different things for under the eyes. So let's see. My under eyes are very sensitive. I got some fine lines in there, girl, you know. Oh, I like it on the rest of my face. Oh, I do. I didn't use this puff because it looks like it went through the shredder. It is like crazy. Should I use some of it? It doesn't even have a little guy on the back of it to help hold it, so you just have to like squish it on. Oh no, this is useless, so forget about that. All right, that is the powdered face. Okay, so I do not like the smell of it. I can kind of still smell it just a little bit. I don't like it for under the eyes. Under my eyes are still a little bit sticky, but they're also more, I have more fine lines with that, but everywhere else it seems to be doing a good job. So if you don't have fine lines and you don't mind a little bit of a fragrant smell, then you should be okay with it, but it's not my favorite thing. But I'm not extra dry everywhere else. It's just under the eyes, and that could just be it doesn't work well with that concealer. Maybe I use too much concealer under the eyes. I don't know. First impressions though, you know, mixed. So let's go ahead and move on. I got this palette that I'm super excited about. All right, so Ulta had this, and this is the True Blend Serving Sculpt palette. That is how I have to say it, and it's supposed to be new, allegedly. I was so excited when I saw this just because it's so beautiful, and when I was trying to do a full face, I was like, oh, this is getting expensive for drugstore, but this has my contour, my blush, and my highlight, and it looks gorgeous. So let's open her up, and this is in the shade 510. There was another one there that was more of a peachy looking one. This one is the type that I usually go for, so let's do that. The thing that is definitely different about drugstore is there's like never mirrors with anything, which brings the cost down, so that's great. But first I'm going to be dipping into this contour shade right here. It doesn't look too orange or anything. It does look like a warm contour, so like bronzy contour. Does this have a name? I do not see an actual name on this. Oh, this is also called Rose Nights. So it's either the 510 or Rose Nights. Yeah, so let's dip into that. Tap off. Ooh, you guys, I like this. How much was that palette? Let's pop it up right here. $13.50, so not the cheapest drugstore palette by any means, but let's see if she works. A little bit of an orange undertone, a little bit, but I ain't mad at it. It's actually working out. Ooh, she pigmented. You gotta be careful with that hand. So yeah, definitely an orange undertone to it once it's applied onto the skin. All right, now going in with the blush shade. Looks like a really pretty pinky blush with a little bit of a violet undertone, which I love. Oh, okay. I like that. I like it already. I would reach for this blush again, 100%. Pigmented, but not over the top, blended easy, wasn't patchy, happy about that. Moving on, this highlighter, you guys, can you tell how sparkly it is? It is, let's see if it swatches sparkly. Yeah, you could see it. Let's see if it, oh, it's not as sparkly looking now that I dip my finger into it. I hope it's not like just a top layer of sparkle. Oh, she dusty. Ooh, okay. Okay. All right, she works. Yeah, she's sparkly though. She is sparkly, but she does bring on the bling, and that's all I can ask for in this. A little bit of a white look. Yeah, so especially head on, I can see like that white fades. It is a very light highlight, so deeper skin tones might not be able to do this one. A little too sparkly for a nose highlight. Ooh, there are actual silver glitter flakes on my nose now, so don't get too carried away with this one because it is easy to do. But quick first impressions of this one, I do like how easy this bronzer was to blend out. As you saw, it does have an orange undertone, so keep that in mind. Blush, amazing. Blended, amazing. I love it. I can even use a tad bit more. Buildable. Awesome, love it. Easy breezy, if you will. And the highlight is a highlight, not for the faint of heart, has silver undertones. The other palette that they had, the highlighter did look a little more toned down. I honestly, these shades and the highlighter, I was like, oh, I need that. Thank you very much. So let's go ahead and do the eyes now. So I already prepped my eyes with that concealer. It is still sticky because I didn't set it. So just know that you will definitely need to set that concealer because she's a sticky girl. I got this palette right here because it looked like a total dupe for the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. Now, I don't think I've used like a drugstore eyeshadow palette since starting my channel of any other brands that are cruelty free. None come to mind. I've done some affordable brands. I've done like AOA, Shop Miss A, and I've done, you know, Bad Habit and Face Candy from the Shop Hus, but I haven't done like a popular like Physicians Formula or anything. So I don't know how these girls are doing. I don't know if these eyeshadow palettes have improved since earlier days. So we're about to find out. This is supposed to be new too. This is the True Naked Sunsets, and she's really pretty. You guys want me to swatch these two? Should I swatch them? Okay, I'll swatch them. And there's one of these. Oh, memories all alone in the moonlight. Oh, some quick arms. Oh, she's buttery. That's a nude shade, and I have to build it up a little bit. So this one is like just a regular brow bone shade, which is perfect color for my skin tone. These shimmers, that one is like a pink one, and then that's a peachy gold. And you guys, are you not living for this color range here in the fall? Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, those felt so buttery and creamy going on. I'm impressed just with the swatches. Okay, let's go ahead and just start putting it on my eyes because that's what you want to see here, don't you? So I'm going to start with that brow bone shade. Pop it right on the brow bone. Let's see how she does with setting. I mean, granted, $13.50 for a drugstore eyeshadow palette. I don't know, because now they're competing with brands like ColourPop and stuff, and ColourPop has some great eyeshadows at affordable prices, so they have to come through nowadays, right? I think that's why drugstore products are getting better, because we demand it, you know? It's no more of that, like, you're not just getting by, you're not just putting out whatever you want and hoping for the best. I don't know. Okay, so there's no, like, full transition shade. I don't know what kind of color range I want to do. Some of these have a little bit of a shimmer undertone to it, so I don't know what I want to do. I think I'm going to start out with the very end shade, this one right here, that kind of brick color. They are a little powdery, but they're buttery at the same time, so lots of fallout, but I don't care if it works. Oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Holy cracker jacks. Wow. That is instantly so pigmented. Okay, I think I'm gonna do a little bit of that, a little bit of this pink one, just to do like an interesting look. Let's see how they blend together. She's blending out pretty good so far. That brick shade is gorgeous, you guys. Gorgeous. Okay, now I'm gonna take my fluffy brush, tap off a lot of the excess. And I'm just gonna blend. I need to fix my brows. I kind of messed them up when I was doing foundation, so just ignore that for a minute. Alright, that's doing really good. Now I'm gonna go in with my brow brush, dip back into the brow bone shade, and now what I like to do is I kind of go back and forth and blend between the brow bone and that transition color. It's not really a transition color, it's just a very, very tapped off dip into the brush, you know, because there's not like a full-on transition shade that I like in here. Okay, let me go do the other eye really quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I went ahead and fixed my eyebrows a little bit. I'm having one of those weird eyebrow days where they're not wanting to cooperate, but they're a little bit better. And you guys, this is blending so nicely. Oh, what do I want to do next on the lid? I'm gonna go crazy. I think I'm gonna do this one right here. Okay, so I'm not gonna spray my brush or anything to start. This has a tad bit of shimmer to it. Well, it blends really well with that other pinkish shade, pinkish plum shade we were using. Okay, so in that case, let's do that right there. This is just one of those little synthetic concealer brushes and it's picking it up. No problemo, ladies and gentlemen. Just for the sake of trying to use as much as possible, let's try this shade, that brownish shade. No, not dark enough. Let's just go with what was on top. Let's just keep that blend going. Just do the little corners right there. And then I'm gonna take that pinkish shade all the way over here now. And then I'm gonna put a highlight on top of it to kind of transform the color. So let's see if this can intensify this, make it more of a shimmer right here. Yeah, it's transforming it. It's doing nice. That's pretty. Let's see what happens when we press. Oh, our fingers. Wow. Okay. That's brighter for sure. Okay, that is looking very warm and pretty. I just got a little bit of fallout with one of those shimmer shades, so I'm gonna dust that away. Let's do the inner corner really quick. Let's try this gold shade because I want to see how it does. Yeah, that works. And then on the brow bone a little bit. Oh, that went a lot. Ooh, that was a little more than I meant to. Oopsie poopsie. It just grabbed it. Let's take a little bit of that matte and matte it a little bit. Okay, for the lower lash line, let's go with, it's hard because they're not like super matte shades. Let's try to blend with this one first and then deepen up with the first one that we did. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I like that. Just deepen up right here, really close to the lash line. Ooh, how am I liking that eyeshadow palette so far? I am liking it off of first impression. So far, so good. Now for eyeliner, I only picked up the liquid eyeliner because they were out of all the pencil shades in black. This is like one of those felt tip liners, which I needed a new one, so that's why I went with this one called Intensify Me. Let's see. I want to try to do a wing with this. Let's see how it goes. Okay, I'm gonna do my other eye, but I wanna touch base on this. Was I able to get a good, pretty wing? Yes, I was. Do I like this applicator? No, I do not. Now, I am a felt tip eyeliner, liquid liner girl through and through, but this, do you see how it has right here this thick piece? It has this thick piece for the cap, and then it has this another medium thickness, and then the felt tip. This, I like to really like get in there and smooth it down. This blocky thing makes it hard to get in, especially over here. Like I got this little flick up because I was trying to get it in, and it's hard to tight line with this. So it does look nice. It's almost matte, but not completely matte, and I am layering it. It's not patchy. It's not drying as I'm using it, but this applicator part right here, they need to change that. Otherwise, it seems like it'd be a good liner. I didn't see if this was waterproof. Is this waterproof? Shoot. I usually purposely buy waterproof because my eyes water like crazy. It does not say waterproof, so we will see how long this lasts, and I will update you guys in future videos how that does. I'm gonna go do my other eye really quick. I'll be right back. I'm gonna do just my regular liner in the upper waterline per usual, and then we'll do lips, and we will wrap this puppy up. I was gonna do lips without doing lashes. What was I thinking? So mascara is next. And I want to say while I was doing the other side, I was getting frustrated, especially because this is the more difficult side for me to do, and that applicator is frustrating. Also, it did start getting a little bit patchy the more you're working with it, so you have to give it a shake and then go back. So not one that I would particularly recommend, but hey, now we know, right? Okay, so let's see. This is the mascara that I picked up. There were, I think, 4 to choose from. I went with the 20 times one because that looked appealing. Clump Crusher Extensions by Lash Blast Covergirl. Up to 20 times volume and length, but it's not supposed to be clumpy. This one I got in the shade Very Black. It's not waterproof or anything. I tend to not do waterproof for my lashes unless I need to, because how hard it is to take off waterproof mascara. So that's the container. It feels very plastic, not luxury or anything. And this is the wand. So one of those kind of curvy wands, but let's just see. I already curled my lashes, by the way. Sometimes drugstore mascara is so good though. So like, I'm hoping, girl, I'm hoping. Second dip here. This wand is having trouble picking up product, but it is going on nicely. Not clumping, you're able to layer it. I am doing lots and lots and lots of layers. Not a lot of volume yet though. Let's switch to the other eye. Oh, I just got that on my nose also. Ooh, smells like chemicals. Oh yes, she does. Okay, now I'm going back on the other side. See, the only thing, I mean, it's not clumping because it's hard for the mascara to get on this wand. There we go, that's a little better. This might be one of those mascaras that you have to use a couple times to like get the full potential, you know? But it's not clumping, and I'm doing a lot, and it's true. It's not clumping, it's not crazy voluming, but it's not clumping either. It's a pretty mascara. I'll wipe that off in a second, but let's see how she does on the lower lash line. Okay, there are the lashes. So what do I feel about this mascara? I don't like the smell. It does have a chemically smell to it, so I don't like that, but otherwise my lashes look nice. They look pretty. They're lengthened. They're not super volumized, but they're not clumpy either, which is really good, obviously, so it lives up to the claim for that. And they just look nice. Not super curled, but it doesn't say anything about curling lashes. And yeah, so there is that, and that was a good price too. Last thing to try out is a lippy, and I believe these might be new. So this is the Melting Pout Matte, and I stuck with this romance kind of red tone theme here, and I went with the shade, what is this shade? Secret Secret number 300. And the only thing I didn't like about these at the store is none of them had like a sealed wrapper on any of the lipstick products, and I think that's just how it is, and that's something that I have to get used to too. But girl, I made sure I went with whatever didn't have any kind of weirdness, because I don't want to get something that somebody's been swatching. These smell nice, kind of a berry undertone, but not too intense. But let's go ahead and see how it applies. Oh, kind of like a creamy mousse texture. Pretty pigmented. Let's go on with another dip for the top. You have to layer it just a little bit. It's not that it's patchy, it's that it's, you know, it just needs a little bit of layering. Goes on really easy though, and the applicator is nice. Right, that is the shade, and I really, really like the shade of this. It is really pretty. Now, it was pretty easy to go on. It does take a little, tiny bit of layering, and like I said, it's not that it's patchy, it's just that it's more, not sheer, it's not full opaque. So it does take some finessing, but it does layer really nicely. Even though some parts are dry, you can go over it, and it was doing just fine. All right, I zoomed out so you guys can see everything through and through. I added a little bit more of that purpley kind of maroon shade into the inner corners again, because it was getting a little bit too brown, and I wanted it to coordinate with this lip. I'm sorry that my lighting has gone down a lot. This time change sucks, so I have to film even earlier in the day somehow. It's 5 o'clock and the sun's already down, and now it looks super dark in my filming room. So here is a shot up close of everything all put together, so you can see what that looks like as well up close. Now, I will say my eyes are burning right now. I was gonna throw on a pair of lashes just to make it look even more put together afterwards, but I might have to wash this off because my eyes are burning, and I think it's from the mascara. When I was applying it, I started feeling like this weirdness in my eyes, and I don't know if it's the smell or what, but oh, why did I smell it again? Because it's making my eyes water again. But my eyes are burning, and I don't think it's the eyeshadow because everything was fine. The liner, everything was fine. Sometimes liner will make me really itchy in my corners when it starts to run, but it's not running it. I think it's the mascara. So I will test that out on another day for you guys, and I'll leave it down in the comments if it's something that was bugging my eyes or not, or if I find out it was something else, I will let you guys know what it is. But just for, you know, giggles, let's show you what a lash would look like with this look. Oh, it'd be so pretty. Oh, I would do it, but it would be such a waste because my eyes are burning. This would just like take the look there. I keep looking at my face saying something's missing, and it's like a heavy lash because this is like a pretty glamorous look. Oh, look at that. Look at the differences. Oh, see, no lash. It's pretty, but you know, this just brings the Hollywood drama. Oh my gosh. Oh, I wish my eyes weren't burning right now because I would totally do that for you guys, but I can't. Oh. So that right there is a full face of Covergirl makeup. And you guys, I still can't get over that they're cruelty free now. Oh my goodness. Now obviously there's a whole bunch of other Covergirl products to choose from as well, so I'm gonna have to be doing some testing in the next few months. We will see. Drop a comment down below if you have a favorite Covergirl product already that you love, or something that you stopped using because they weren't cruelty free and you are excited to start using again. Leave me a comment letting me know what that is, and I will maybe try it on my channel right here, right now. Well, not right now, but in the future. If you are new to my channel and this is your very first time stumbling upon one of my videos, hey, what is up? Welcome. If you want to take this opportunity, I would love it if you want to join our fam bam. You just go down there, hit that little red subscribe button, and then turn on that bell and you'll get notified about my uploads, which is at least 3 times a week. And I have so much fun creating for you guys, and I cannot wait to do some more. I have some palettes on the way. I'm excited. I'm gonna have fun, and I need to film earlier in the day now. Thank you, Time Change, for that. Oh, all right, you guys. Thank you guys so much for sitting in and tuning in with me. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope every single one of you have a great, freaking awesome, lovely, wonderful, happy day.